Everybody, how are we doing today? Who's feeling frustrated in this room today? We're gonna replay the video one more time. How do I turn this off?
Dictionary says that
Just hit this
not fertile or productive.
That's not right.
Incapable of or unsuccessful in achieving pregnancy.
Pause.
Statistically,
I got this. Good morning. I am Jenny Matthews from Mix 93.3, and if you maybe didn't know anything about my personal life, but you hear me on the radio, I talk about my kids a lot, on Facebook, posting pictures and this and that, and you think, oh wow, great, they came to her pretty easily. No, it took a very long time to have my kids, and while they've changed my life in the most amazing ways, the journey to get them changed my life in some pretty incredible ways too. Sorry, I have a little bit of laryngitis, so I'm sorry if I'm squeaking. My husband and I got married, and just like probably a lot of you, just thought, we'll wait a couple years and then start to try to have some kids, and that'll happen easily. I'll go off the pill in January, and then I'll be pregnant, February. I mean, I had the whole thing mapped out. Who's had their life mapped out like that? And then it completely crushed. Yeah, that didn't happen. So probably 7 months into our journey of trying, I did finally get a positive pregnancy test, and I could not believe it. And of course, I told the entire world, and I was so excited. And there again, I thought, well, finally it happened, and all's going to be well. And all was not well. That turned out to be an ectopic pregnancy, which is where the baby was stuck in my fallopian tube. So I had emergency surgery to have that removed, and that can be life-threatening. So that was a pretty scary deal. And I will just never forget, it's something that sticks with me, coming out of the anesthesia from the surgery and just hearing the doctor talking to my husband and just talking about how, it was going to be hard for us. My fallopian tubes did not look good, and that in vitro was probably going to be the way we were going to have to go. I didn't even know, I think I had a cousin that did in vitro maybe like years and years ago. I didn't really know anything about it. It just seemed pretty scary and expensive. And, it was just pretty scary that was going to have to be our route. So it's a very long story, but I'll just make it kind of brief. We tried some IUIs, and we tried on our own for a little bit longer, and had another couple of miscarriages. And then we tried some IUIs, and they didn't work, and so we decided to finally go for IVF. And I thought, IVF, the magical answer, that always works, and that doesn't always work. So we had some failed cycles. In total, I've miscarried 6 times. I've had 2 ectopics, a blighted ovum, which is basically where you're pregnant with nothing, and that's completely heartbreaking. We had a heartbeat on a pregnancy at 9 weeks, and then I miscarried after hearing a heartbeat, and that just sticks with you too. So it's been a long, long journey, and finally, years later, blessed with my daughter Julianne Faith. And I felt guilty wanting to give her a sibling almost, because it's like, oh my gosh, look what it took to get her. It's almost selfish to try for another, but we did, and had some frozen embryos from her IVF cycle, and they didn't work. One miscarried, one just didn't work. I was sort of ready to give up at that point and just, call it a day. My husband, thank God, the eternal optimist, and he's like, nope, one more round of IVF, let's give it a shot. And thankfully we did, because now I have my son, Miles Parker. So very blessed, but this journey will stick with me forever, and it is a part of me, and I feel like it's an awful thing, but at the same time, a lot of blessings have come from it. I have friendships I may have otherwise not have had, and I'm so happy to be a part of Kansas City Infertility Awareness. Has anybody been before? I know a lot of times we have repeat people come to the conferences. Anybody been here before? So I've emceed for the last 5 years here, and it's I hate seeing people under these circumstances, because I know where you are and I know how you feel. All of us do. And the 4 women who created this organization, I admire them for their bravery and for just doing something, and putting something so yucky into something so great like this organization. You saw in the video how it came to be, and I'd like to introduce them now. So could all of the founders, board members come on up? Let's give them a round of applause, because they put their heart and soul into this. And I just think it's awesome that we have this kind of support in the Kansas City community. And this is Allison, the president. We've got Nicole, Megan, Tammy, Angie, Jacqueline, and Carrie. And I just think there's some incredible ladies. Like I said, they worked really hard to put this on today. So I'm going to turn it over to Allison for a second.
Welcome, everyone. Before we move on, I wanted to explain, it did in the video a little bit, but it talked about how we've expanded in 2014 and we added 14 new advisory board members who are amazing and help us out a lot with our support group and seminars and our gatherings. We're going to go ahead and introduce them. If you guys could come forward, please. Yeah, they need a round of applause because they also work just as hard, and we are very appreciative of them. We have Felicia, Candace, Leanne, Ann, Courtney B, Pretty, Amy, and Amanda. And over here we have Anna, Karma, Marty, I think that's Janice, and Melissa. So thank you, ladies, for your help. We also want to thank our husbands. They endure months of this planning, so we want to thank you all for all of your support. We could not do this without their support and their understanding of how important it is to educate the Kansas City community. We also have some sponsors that we would like to thank. Are they in the room? Matt Appling, there you are. We have Matt Appling. Matt is the author of a book. He's one of our platinum sponsors. We have two other platinum sponsors. Yeah, come on up. We have two other platinum sponsors. We have KU Med's Reproductive Office. I believe we have Dr. Marsh and Dr. Krieg. And then we also have Reproductive Resource Center. We have Dr. Braybeck. They're each going to introduce themselves to you, and then I'll take back over.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So I came to this conference 3 years ago. My wife sent me alone to attend this conference. I think she got a manicure or something. And it was a day very much like today. It was dreary and sad, and it was a room full of people that didn't really want to be here. And it was just, we were already a couple of years into our journey, and it was just eye-opening to see just a room full of people who were suffering the same way that we were, in very different ways, but we had this common bond. So I've been really thankful for Allison and Jenny because they've lended their support to me. Sherry and I had the opportunity to write a book over the last year called Plus or Minus. We collaborated with a couple of other couples in Kansas City and brought their stories together. And there's no guarantees with infertility treatment, but the book brings together a lot of encouragement for you and your relationships. That's one thing that you do still have control over. And so we hope that it does encourage you. In your goodie bags, you'll find, it looks like a gift card. And so that works, that's going to give you a free copy of the book on any ebook platform of your liking, Kindle, iPad, iPhone, whatever you like to read on. So, yeah, we just hope that it brings you all a lot of encouragement, however your journeys through infertility wind up.
Good morning, I'm Courtney Marsh, and this is Sasha Krieg. We are at KU Reproductive Medicine. Our partner is Colleen Milroy. We're excited that we're adding another partner coming in July. We offer all types of infertility services, and we're located at 107th and Knoll. A little tricky to find, but we're there. Our embryologist is Dr. Matthew Gearing. He's a full-time embryologist there, and we love what we do.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Dr. Celeste Braybeck with Reproductive Research Center of Overland Park. I want to welcome all of you this morning. You've got guts. You woke up early. It always rains on this day, but we kind of love it. This is what we call it fertile rain. It's a little bit of a sign. I've been doing this for more than 20 years, and it is just a joy. And as you probably know, if you go to medical school, it's many, many years to go to medical school. residency, fellowship, and when you come out, you feel like you're old as Moses, and all of a sudden you realize, oh my God, my FSH is probably terrible. So, and didn't have any kids until the very end. So, joy to be here. I want to extend a very special thanks to all of the board who started this. It really was a total grassroots. Just a few people who had an idea. I remember the very first year, it was a few people, maybe we'll have 15 people in the audience or whatever it is, and it has just grown and blossomed, so just an honor. I wanted to just spend a moment to thank Erica Henderson, who's over here in the camel suit, and some of my staff back here. They're in the white. If you'll just all take a step forward. There's Marcy, Cameron, Marge, Cynthia, and Diane, and we have a team of about 20 people who are all here and have volunteered their time and energy because they were here to help you. So please ask, learn, and enjoy. Thanks.
All right, so we know we've all been there, and we're frustrated, and we're all on the same page here, and you've got a lot of support. Allison has a couple more things she wants to say, and then we'll get started with our. You want to? Oh, come on. We did that. Yeah, there's some stuff in your bags. It looks like the download for the book. I'll let Allison go over here.
Okay, in your bags, there's a few things that we want to make sure that you know are in there. Last year we learned that we didn't make that clear enough. There's a folder in there that has the program, it has information about all of our speakers, some email addresses of our speakers, websites. It has promotional materials from all of our sponsors and our speakers and our booths. So make sure you check out those. Also, the booths have a lot of promotional materials for you to grab as well, so make sure you do that and add your name and name slip into their drawing. Kleenex is in there, just in case. We forgot to mention that last year and should have. And there's also candy. Definitely need chocolate. So make sure, and we have some extra chocolate. I know some of the booths do, and our booth also has extra chocolate. So if you need extra chocolate to get you through the morning, go for it. Yes. And I'm going to pass it over to Jenny, but before I do, I just want to, on behalf of all of KCIA, thank you for coming and for being brave enough to come out today, and not only in the rain, but just being here, period. We are very glad you're here. We are able to answer questions, talk with you. Just come find one of us in these shirts, and we are happy to be there for you today. I'll hand it over to Jenny.
And that's the truth. And really, even after today, the support does not end. We obviously have support groups, and there's all sorts of things through KCIA, but also all of us are open books. So feel free to email and call and talk today. Reach out to anybody, and if you have questions about our journeys or anything that we could help you with in that way too. All right, so we're going to get started with our keynote presentation today. Oh, maintain